welcome to my channel. So here's another sort of inventory slash get ready with me. I've just I unboxed my Ever Moment. Actually turned out to be a couple of days ago, but I started doing the inventory, did a couple of bits on camera, and then realised that there was just so many beads. The bags that Ever Moment popped them in were sort of sorted according to the pack size. So it's either these bigger packs or it was these smaller packs. And then there was one that was a mixture of the two. However, some of these numbers, i.e. 3865, have a mixture of the two. So it just became a bit that I was sort of missing where diamonds were, and even some that I've checked off, I then found more diamonds. So what I thought I'd do is I would get all the diamonds out. I've got them all laid out in number order, because that's a boring bit. I've got my boxes, oh, let me not lose the tube. I've got my boxes all numbered up. And then I thought I'd just sort of go through and check off the inventory slash pack it with you. Now, I did use my Elizabeth Arden. Let me just get all the junk off the top of it. I did use this tray for my last diamond painting, and it's awesome, and I do love it. However, I do prefer when they're in packets to be able to keep the full packets that I can for when I have spares. I much prefer to keep my spares in the packets than I do to just put them in the grip seal bags. Call it me being funny, possibly is, but that's the way I like it. So what I thought I'd use for the Ever Moment is my smaller containers, which do fit on my desk nice, so they are a little bit easier to work with. However, I will have to fill them up a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is start getting this ready, and also keep hold of my spares, as well as check off my inventory. Now, with Ever Moment, as I say, these big bags are around 800. These smaller bags, I think they say they're about 160. As long as I work out I have got roughly the right amount, it's going to get a check mark on my list. So for 3865, I've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 of the 800 bags. I need 5,687, which in my opinion, that is already much more than I really do need. So I'm gonna get one of the Ever Moment bags that I've emptied, and I'm actually gonna pop the sort of spares into there, and then I'm gonna pop my 3865. Now for this one, I'm going to pop in one of the big bags, because I know I'm going to be going through a few big bags for this diamond painting. And I don't know if these are staticky, oily, I think they're staticky. Yeah, they are. Just a little bit of static on this bag, but you can tell that they're less than what some other bags say they are. The reason being is normally companies will say there is 1,000 in those big bags and 200 in the smaller. Now I can only fit a maximum of 4 of the smaller bags in these little pots. Oh, tell me they're all not going to take this long. Okay. Let me just get these little jumpy ones, preferably to go into the box. Okay, no, they just keep jumping off my finger. I know they will calm down, partly due to the fact that at the moment it is freezing here. So yeah, that's going to be, I'm going to try and store, no, it only goes by 3. I'm going to try and store the diamonds sort of by colour as well, and these will sit there as my spare bags. But 3865 is check done. And then 3858, we've got 4 of these smaller bags, and I'm supposed to have 413. So even if we said there was 100 in each bag, we were only 13 short. The fact that there's 160 in each bag means we have loads. Now, that can have a check mark. Now, in regards to what I'm going to bag up of this, I could possibly get all 4 bags in this pot. However, I want to be able to keep any spares, of which I know with Ever Moment it is more than many. I want to be able to keep as many spares as possible in the bags. So all I'm going to pop in there is 2. I think I may have to open another one, but that will depend on the count that we have. Let me find a place to dump all those. So now we've got 3, 8, 4, 6. And for this we should have 3,997. If we were counting these as 1,000, I'd only need 4 and I'd have all this left over. Which means even taking into account the smaller amount for Ever Moment, we've got plenty. Again, I'm going to go with a big bag. I'm just trying to find one that's maybe not as cram-packed as another, just to make sure they'll fit in the tub. And then I'm going to put the spares in this bag in a number order, so that when I need to open the next bag I can. As I say, going through the Elizabeth Arden tub will probably have been the easiest to get all the prep work done early. However, I do quite like opening the little bags as I go along. It's like a little sense of accomplishment. Quite often as well, if I do find that I am working on a huge batch of a colour, so if I was working on a huge batch of this blue, quite often I would just tip the whole packet into my big tray and I would just work from there. So 3846 is done. Now 3845, I need 1,113. So we've got 800, 960 there. We've got over our allocation and we've got more left as well. To be fair, with Ever Moment, I don't really need to count it. I'm more than happy that if all the colours are there, then all the beads are there. But we will do a rough count. Oh look, I've got a white one that didn't make it back in last time. There's a little bit of static on these. They've been sat in my freezing cold craft room because it's only heated when I turn the heater on. And yet they're still staticky. But anyway, it's not Ever Moment's fault. Get hold of that one. Get in. Okay, so that's my first tub done. And let's put 3845 in my little bag. Try and make these go up and then down. It might sit a bit nicer. All the bits out of the way. And now let's move on to the next one. So we've got 3844. For this we should have 1,764. So with those we've got more than enough, and with those we've got extras. So that's another reason I prefer to do these bags separate for Ever Moment, is because even if we go by their numbers average, I'm still going to have those 3 bags left over. So I would rather have them left over in bags than I've emptied them all into a tub and then have them left over separate. I don't know, they sit nicer in my diamond storage, my spare diamond storage, which I've just finished reorganising, and I will do a video on it for you. But yeah, they just sit a lot nicer in that storage in the bags. And I found another one that's Rogue, and it's not that colour. I'm going to have to watch the static. So let's get 3844 in the right place, and that one I think is 3845. Here it is. Oh, and it went on the floor anyway. Okay. So 3842, we should have 1,712. We've pretty much got it in there, not even taking into account these. So to start off, if we have a big bag and some little bags, I'm gonna do a big bag because it's as full as it can be then to sort of start us off. Get that emptying out. So what are you guys working on as your diamond paintings at the moment? I've just finished up a couple of small ones. One that I took to Australia with me, one that I'd been taken to my friends. Just sort of got those finished up because they were so close to being finished. Okay, so 3840, we should have 596. And this should be a bag of 800, which means we have more than enough, but we do only have one bag. So for this one, I am going to have to put the whole bag in. And I don't think I cut that end quite big enough. The diamonds are coming out, but they're coming out slowly. So for these containers, Evermoment only put in, on average, 800 in these packets. Works loads better because that is perfect drill storage size. Yeah, so I've just finished up a couple of small ones. So this one, 38414, I'd already tallied these off, and this says we should have 806 on the picture. So I'm going to do this bag of nearly 800, and then if I need to open a smaller one, I will do. Though if this has got a good 800 count in it, those will be my spares, and they will fit nicely in my spare storage. Sorry, yeah, so I've just finished two smaller ones so that I could get all the diamonds and stuff away from that one before starting on this bigger project. I do have a few new diamond paintings to show you. If you've watched my videos, you'll know that I've recently been to Australia. And I've been to visit my parents and my brother and my sister that all live out there. And while I was there, I did think, oh, let's go and have a look and see if we've got a shop. Now, I did see some diamond paintings. I think they were in Lincraft and possibly in Spotlight. However, none of them really tickled my fancy. But while I was out there, I did ask on one of the Facebook groups if anybody knew, you know, where I could get diamond paintings from in Australia, where I could have a look at them. And somebody mentioned a group which was very local to where my family live. And the lady who runs that group, which is, hello Sarah if you're watching, the lady who runs that group gets diamond paintings in from AliExpress. Doesn't really do any markup, like she does it for the groups and for people to have access. So she had loads. She had, I think she said over 400 for us to have a look at. And I may have purchased a couple. So yes, I did purchase a few of those while I was out there. So I will show you guys what I got. Oof. So this one says we should have 6,474. 4, 6, 8, 9. So we've got nearly just under 10,000 there already. Like, you know, like it's close enough. I don't think I have any problems with running out of any diamonds when it comes to Evermoment. So let me get those away. trying to make this bag sit like Ever Moment Make It Happen. We'll see if it works. So yeah, I figured this was the easier way to do the inventory. This would also give me a way to put the extra diamonds in number order, which means I have a greater hope of being able to find them. Especially because I've probably used all the colour up and don't have any diamonds about to work out which colour it is I'm actually looking for. It's normally the way I work. So that one, we are good. Again, I'm going to go for the bigger bags because they fit better and I'm likely to go through at least one big bag. Though my last Ever Moment, which was only 7 colours, yeah, it was a custom ballerina picture for my niece. I think the colour 761. I think I ended up with 3 of the big bags and 1 of the small bags left over. But for that one, I just kept them in bags because there was only 7 colours. I just opened a bag and did a colour, was sort of the way I worked it. Those to sit over the front. See how many I can squeeze into one bag before I have to go into a second one. So, yeah, we've talked about diamond paintings, what's the latest. I'll show you the new ones that I've got. So I have got some that I'd like to order. However, I am waiting on ordering those. So there won't be a video on those yet. I've recently, one of the ones I finished was a little butterfly that was, I think, a 20 by 30. Sort of 20 by 30 size. So for that one, I will be doing a framing on that one. And I thought I'd do that on camera with you guys because it is small enough to be able to get away with doing it on screen. I did actually finish, the painting will have, the video should be up by now of it, but the penguin that I was waiting a replacement for from Huracan. They finally sent me a replacement. They did actually send me replacement drills as well, even though I already had the drills and had done the inventory. For that one, I did use the replacement drills just in case I had any popping issues with the original ones. However, they did look very, very similar, if not exactly the same. Sorry, quick pause. Hobby came in. Where was I? Don't know. Okay, that one's already been checked off. So, yeah, videos. I think that's where I was. I think I was on videos that are coming up. No, I wasn't. I was talking about the penguin. So yeah, Huracan sent me a replacement canvas for the penguin, and they did also include the diamonds. So I used those diamonds to look pretty. I used those diamonds to actually do the painting. That only took me a couple of days. And that diamond painting was done. I have actually framed that one, partly because I couldn't get in my craft room due to things we're rearranging in the house, and yeah, I couldn't get in the craft room, and it was late at night, and I was browsing the IKEA website trying to work out what frame I wanted, and then I realised that one of the frames they had that would fit, I actually had one in the house. So I sort of got excited, got it out and got it framed. But I will show you guys what that one looks like. And I will frame the other butterfly from Hurricane. I also finished one of the others I got in that 3-pack from Hurricane, which was a hand with a butterfly. Hand holding a butterfly. Now for that one, I'm not too impressed with the canvas on that one at all. I will give you my thoughts and my views on that one when I show it you. So that's a planned upcoming video, is the framing, talking through the canvases that I've done, the ones that I got from Hurricane. I think I'm going to leave those two. I'm also going to show you my spare drill storage. Is one that I definitely plan on doing, because I'm really happy with the way that worked out. I was using the binder system and I did change that up. Really happy with the way that turns out. And I might or might not be able to do some sort of chat and diamond paint with me. If you want to see that, let me know, and I will bring my diamond painting from in front of the TV, you know, with just the little lamp on and noise in the background. I'll bring it into my craft room for an hour or so and do a diamond painting with you. If you want me to do that, also please let me know any topics of discussion that you'd like, because otherwise, as you can tell, I'm not even halfway through this yet and I am running out of things to chat to you guys about. I've already done the sort of chat, this is me, had a little moan. Yeah, so, and let me know any videos that you want to see, any diamond painting videos. If it's something that I can do, I'll be more than happy to do that. Oh, and my Christmas one is finished. So I got back from Australia having not finished my Christmas one. Christmas decorations were pretty much up. My hubby and the kids that were at home, my girls, got the Christmas tree up. They just couldn't work out how I put the front room lights up. They got put up last night by hubby and daughters, but with guidance. And I finally got my Christmas picture up last night, so I had to get that finished, which is what took a while, and then I got it framed, and then I had to rearrange part of the front room before it could actually go up. So that's sort of what took the time in regards to that, but it's all framed and hung up on the wall. However, I will show you guys what that looks like and do a little my thoughts on a UK diamond painting company, and my views on them. So yeah, anything else that you can think of, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to go through those as well. Don't need many of these colours that I'm doing at the moment. So for this one, this is one I've already checked off. It says that we need, or that I need, 376, which is definitely more than 1 pack, but may not hit the 3rd pack, which is why I've only unpacked 2. This one, again, this one says 376 diamonds. So even though we've got more than that, I know that it's worth opening 2 packs, because there is no way there's 376 in 1 pack. I may or may not need the other one, but time will tell. Ah, fail. And that was not static, that was user error. Can't wait to get started on this, neither can my son, for me to get started on it. Okay, so this one is 240. I am pretty sure I will need the 2nd pack. However, if I didn't, I would be gutted if I'd opened it. So I'm not not going to open that one. Okay, so now we're getting up to some bigger numbers. So 827. We need 4,036. So I reckon we've even got 4,000 in that little lot. But for now, we'll just open one big packet. I may have to start another bag. Yes, let's start another bag. Where did they go? Ugh. I have stuff everywhere on the other side of my bathroom. But let's start another bag for these. I have to leave that flat for a bit until it sort of builds itself up. So, in case you're wondering where I did get these tubs from, I have had some from AliExpress. I think I've paid between... I think one of the first ones I got ended up being like £1.10. No, it can't be. £1.70, I think. So I've ranged from paying £1.70 for one of these tubs with 28 slots up to, I think they've been £2 odd at the moment. But then I did find on Amazon, and I think the name of the company it was under was Aneco, A-N-E-C-O. Now they're not available, there are some available on Prime, but of course you pay more. These ones weren't available on Prime, however you could get 4 of these boxes for £5. Now the price does keep fluctuating. It does vary from being £5, I've seen it at £10, I think it's currently at £7 something. But even at £7 something for 4 of them, while they do end up coming from AliExpress, or at least from China, you do get 4 lots. And if you can get them when they're a £5, they're an absolute bargain, and worth having a few to have hold of. So I had quite a few. I then took a couple to Australia with me and left them with my mum, so that she had some storage. I've also, my daughters have had some. So I think I'm left with 4 at the moment, which is more than enough. I've got one tub completely empty, a spare. I've got one tub that I started to sort of sort the diamonds into, thinking I'll have them all prepped, and then when I want to do a diamond painting I'll just get hold of that one and I'll just be away. Was sort of my first thought, because I had loads of tubs and they were all over the place. And then I hit a static jaw problem, and then I thought, do you know what? Like, I enjoy the prepping side of things, and I just thought, am I just trying to do that fun part all at the beginning, and actually I'll miss it if I don't get to do it before each diamond painting. So anyway, I've sort of got one with a couple of staticky diamonds before I decided this wasn't worth the extra work with the static, and I shoved some dryer sheets in the packaging and left it at that. And just thought, you can sit there with dryer sheets and calm yourself down, and then I'll deal with you when I'm ready to deal with you. So yeah, so I've got 2 spare boxes and 2 boxes that are currently now being used for this ever moment. And then I do have my Elizabeth whatever it's called, Darice tray, which I will use if I ever have a diamond painting that comes bagged. So if it already comes bagged, then I can't be trying to keep them in these bags, and therefore I will just use that big tray. But it does take up more room in the front room. By putting them in these little ones, which is another reason I sort of prefer these, is they will just tuck away in the cupboard with all my other with my little tools. And that's all I need to get out. So I just get it out the cupboard when I'm diamond painting, and then it just goes away. And it tries to keep the front room a bit tidy. Though quite often I have the canvas sat on the poof. Okay, so 973, 1077. So we'll start with this one. And if this one is near their 800, then I may need one, possibly 2 packs of the others. But that would be quite cool. And then this one's already checked off, which is good because I am checking them off, but I'm also getting distracted. Can't wait to start this one. My son's rather excited over this one. He did want to know whether it had arrived or not. I was happy when it ordered, and he has actually asked if he can do some of it. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in my last video, but he did ask if he could do some of it while we were in Australia. I said, oh, I said, you can do some of this one that I'm doing at the moment if you want. And he's like, no, I just want to do mine. Like, I'm not interested in diamond painting. I just want to do some of my picture. It's like, oh, okay then. But my nephew, who is nearly 6, he had a go of my diamond painting while I was there. Absolutely loved it. Loved it. He turns 6 in January, and he asked for a diamond painting for his birthday. So he has a Lego room, so I have ordered him through my dad. So my dad's ordered it. I've paid him for it just so it gets shipped to the right country. He asked for a diamond painting, so I've ordered him a custom from Evermoment, because if a 6-year-old is going to do a diamond painting, as much as the one he did with me was a hurricane, the Evermoments are so much nicer, and I'd rather he enjoy putting together his birthday present than not. Okay, am I going to get another one in there? Yes. So this one is $6.99. This had already been checked off. But, oh, maybe that was a bad idea. There's me trying to fit more in than maybe it wants to. Right, let's see if we can get these in. Yeah, I've already checked this one off, but this one only came in small bags. So because there's quite a lot of them. So, here we go. Try the maths on this one then. So the big bags, on average, hold 800. The small bags, on average, hold 160. I've only put 4 in here. And that's fuller than a big bag. So methinks the small bags are definitely nearer 200. Because that was pretty full. Okay, 517. So just for another quick recce count, this should have 1,464. In those 2 bags, we already have 1,600. So we've already got enough, and that's before we get to the fact that we've got 2 small bags as well. So with Evermoment, you will have spares in abundance. I've just had a look to see if this is one of the diamond paintings with a fair amount of 310, and it is. You should see the amount of spare 310 I have. It is unreal. I'll be more than happy to send out any 310 to anybody that needs it, because I have bucket tons of the stuff. I'm guaranteed some of them aren't the best quality from Hurricane. From the diamond painting that I wasn't too happy with the popping drills, and will come up in a future video. But yeah, I have a load of 310 spare. Sorry guys, battery died. So a new battery in the camera, and let's carry on. So 500. We've only got one bag of this. So let's pop these in. Phone is also pinging because, say, when I waited to put my Christmas picture up, it was because I was rearranging the corner of the front room. So the corner where I tend to sit and diamond paint was just a bookcase, a DVD bookcase. My daughters, one who's moved out and one who's in uni, decided to take their DVDs off it a few weeks ago to take them to their home or to uni, and all of a sudden the bookcase looked very, very bare. So part of what I've done is I've got that changed into a cupboard. So I've reorganised down that corner, which is a lot better. Like, it's got all my sort of diamond painting little tray bits that are all now out the way and can be, when not using and actually doing diamond painting, out of sight. So I'm loving it. So for this one, 317, 1010. So we've definitely got plenty of diamonds. I'm going to go for the bigger bag, and we'll see how many of the smaller bags I actually need to use. So yeah, I had a little rearrange, I got to little organise all my little corner, and then I've used one shelf in the cupboard, and I've got loads of space for some board games to be downstairs instead of under my son's bed, which they still get played, but I reckon we'll play board games more if they're all in the front room. Oh, look at all these 310s. So many 310s. I'm going to end up with a bucket ton of these left in my stash. Okay, so we should have 4,871, and I've got 2, 4, 6, 7 of the big bags and a small bag. Plenty. So let's pop the big bag in here. Start with the big one. I have actually started labelling in my storage, in my spare diamond storage, when I put the diamonds away from doing my niece's ballerina picture. So all the spares that would go into a little baggie I took with me to Australia, in case, you know, the odd one may have fallen off in transport, or should anything happen, I'd rather them have a few diamonds of that colour in Australia than trying to find one. So I took the spare little bags, and then I just kept hold of any that was still sealed, because there's not going to be that many diamonds that ever fall off. So they had plenty for what they needed it for. But yeah, I've made sure that in my spare diamond storage, I actually mark which of my spares are ever moment. So I've now made sure to mark them, because yeah, there's so much nicer quality. I would rather know that if anything were to happen, probably more, not so much ever moment forgetting to send me any, more so some sort of in-house disaster with beads. If I'm working on an ever moment, I would much rather know that I can replace them with as good a quality of diamond as the rest of the painting's going to have. So I have marked in there what are my ever moment spares, which I'll show you when I go through it. So we're down to one more colour, which is 154. Now this one says it needs 500 and something. I think I am more than likely going to open another bag. But again, on the side of caution, I'm going to keep hold of the spares until I get to that point and see. So there we go. I've got lots of little packets over there. That's for another day's problem. So I've got 2 boxes full of diamonds, most of them completely full, some of them not, depending on how many colours wise. So they will go into my little box and they will be what I work from. And I then have 2 bags in number order. Let's see if they'll actually seal up. Have I packed them as good as ever moment? Probably not. Okay, that one's sealed up. I've not quite used the space as well as ever moment, but it's sealed. There's one of my spare diamond bags. Is it me or is this one bigger? I don't know. Anyway, what does it matter? There's my second. Yeah, it is. It's bigger. It goes wider. Wow, never realised that. Did you know that Ever Moment used 2 different sizes of bags? Because they're both sealed, I struggled more with this one and it's thinner. Go figure that. Okay, so I've got 2 bags of spare diamonds, which will sit in my little tub alongside these, ready to work on. I've got my toolkit. I did have a sort out of my toolkits and I did cool them down quite a bit. However, I do really like the Ever Moment pens and tweezers, so they are the sorts of things that I tend to keep hold of more, is the nice tweezers. I'm not even bothering with the other ones. Wax I have gazillions of, as I do for places, so I will sort those out and keep hold of the few bits that I need. And then I'll also keep hold of the sheets, because I am working on a big 60 by 80, and just to confirm that's it, in 60 by 80. I will probably refer to this inventory sheet quite a bit. Because I'm a cross stitcher, I still use the numbers on the containers. I don't use the symbols. It's just the cross stitch brain in me. It makes me want to do it that way. So yeah, that is my get ready to diamond paint with me for this one. I'm sure I'll be doing this one as quick as possible because I have a son that really wants it up in his room. But keep an eye out for all the other videos I've got coming. As I say, I've got quite a few ideas. It's just trying to get the time to put them into practice. But I'm going to try and get as many done as I can before the whole Christmas season starts. And all the madness that goes along with that. So thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.